Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football and welcome to World Cup Draw Live 2026 with me, Mark Goldbridge. All the reaction as we get the World Cup draw here on That's Football and around the world. So welcome wherever you're watching. By the end of this stream, we'll know who's in what group. Obviously, we know the tournament is taking place in USA, Canada and Mexico. All three of those clubs are in Plot A. We'll go through that in a moment. Apparently, there is a system whereby the top four seeds will be kept apart all the way through till the semi-final. This happens in tennis a lot. So basically, seed 1 to 4 would be kept apart until the semi-finals, unless they don't top their groups, in which case it messes it up. Also, they're going to try and keep each group exclusive of area. So you get one European club, one North American club, South American, Asia, Africa, etc. Although that can't happen because there's going to be 14 European clubs, so they will be a couple of European clubs into this. Where to watch it? You can watch it on BBC Two, you can watch it on YouTube, so join in. It is a watch along. Let everybody know in the chat where you're watching it from. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup, says Quincy? I'm going to need your help. I've just realised, it takes a bit of effort to start a stream on your lungs, and they're basically crying for help. I've been out for an early Christmas dinner today. Me and the missus went out for dinner, which I'd booked a couple of weeks ago, and they had a Christmas menu, and I went, yes, Merry Christmas, everyone. I literally stood up in the whole pub and went, Merry Christmas, everyone. No, I didn't. So, but I had 3 courses. I was greedy. I had the soup, then I had a full Christmas dinner, then I had Christmas pudding, then I ate half the missus's cheesecake, which is not a euphemism. She actually had chocolate cheesecake. Oh God, what would chocolate cheese? Let's not go there. So I'm feeling a bit full, and I had a big glass of red wine as well. So I might need a little bit of help here today. But smash the likes, share the video. Let's get thousands of you watching on this World Cup watch-along draw. Very interested to see how it goes. Draw is just before 6, apparently, says Robert McCormack. Well, that means you get an hour of me and you answering questions and a bit of us time. Because it will be like the Champions League. You've got sell out Rio. Rio Ferdinand's doing the draw. At least it's not Jermaine Genius. Remember when Jermaine Genius didn't Jermaine Genius do the Guitar World Cup draw? What a fall off. That's like falling off Everest, that is. I'm sure he did the World Cup Qatar draw. Or maybe it was the Euros. What a fall off. What a fall off. I don't know. Is this going to take about 3 hours, says Rob? No, bloody better not do. I've got to cook Sebi's chicken nuggets and chips. And I've got a Bundesliga watch along to do, and I've got a United Stand stream to do. So yeah, he did do it. He did do it. Look, you don't get stuff like this anywhere else. We're having a chat whilst we're doing the draw. I'll commentate on everything. Deschamps is there. Robbie Williams is there. He go to anything these days. I saw him down my local light switch on. Noel. That's the name of the place. He was there turning the lights on, singing Let Me Entertain You, and everyone just walked away. It's snowing! It's snowing! John Murray, BBC football correspondent. He's got a silly hat on and stupid glasses, just like me. I can take the piss out of people with glasses because I wear them. Good old John Murray. He's at the FIFA World Cup 2026 draw, and it's snowing. Where is the draw? I reckon it's in New York. Is it in New York? I think Trump's going to be at the draw as well. Get your comments in. Thanks for your early super chats. Robert McCormack, the legend, and South Korea versus England in the finals. Bet on it, says Zuta. Hey, it's in Washington. It's in Washington. Thank you for everybody for letting us know. Please share the video. We've got 4,000 watching already. I love it when we do big numbers on stuff like this, on draws, because it just shows you what a great community we've got. So thank you everybody who's getting involved already, and please do share the video. Are you doing the F1 Sunday, Oliver? I'll tell you what. If this video gets 3,000 likes, I will do an F1 watch along on Sunday. How's about that? How's about that? Because I'm driven by you. And if you want it, I'll give it you. There's always consent. And that's not a euphemism. I'm saying, I'm not going to do stuff that I don't want to do. You've got to want me to do it, So can you hit 3,000 likes? I don't know. Depends how many people watch. The more people are watching, the more likes it could get. And we've got 4,000 already. Thomas says you're driven by money. I'm not driven by money, but you know what? So what if somebody is? Why should you do it for free? Why should you work for free? Now you look a right idiot, don't you? Why should people get up in the morning and go to Sainsbury's and not get paid? Why should people, you know, drive an Amazon truck and not get paid? Why should people not work for money? What's wrong with that? Just saying. Jacob says, oh, yes. And if you've got your YouTube wipe or whatever they call it, go to your YouTube app on your phone, go to the U section. You should have your YouTube. Do you want me to tell you some of mine? You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh. I'm sort of going down a rabbit hole here. We are live for the watch along. I'm going to go through the pots in a minute for the World Cup draw, but I have my YouTube recap here. This is for the United Stand account, right? I haven't looked at this one. Bit of money, bit of music. 2025 is almost over. Let's hit play. So if you go to the YouTube app and you hit the U tab, it'll give you your dog-related content. I haven't been looking at that. Your top interests, exploring football, exploring AI and tech, watching wrestling events, home improvement projects, and VR gaming. You watched 205 channels this year. I didn't watch that shit. I definitely didn't watch that shit. Top 5 channels, United Stand, That's Football, Football Terrace, Overlap. Talk Sport? What? Who's been hacking into my bloody account? I'm only in the top 10% of viewers for the United Stand. I've watched 118 videos, and I own it. Bit of a narcissist. You've watched most football reactions on That's Football, United Stand, and the Overlap? What? You're having a bloody laugh. The simple having a laugh. The bloody Overlap in the top 3. VR gaming, Coach Dave. Oh, I know what that is. That's my VR boxing. I know that. I've been using the work account. You're sacked. Channels you watched, platform content, Netflix. Okay. Moments from your year, watched football match reactions, focused on VR gaming, and delved into streaming platform content. Well, there you go. That was quite fun. To be honest, the Overlap had some really good shows this year. I liked the Des Walker one. I like the Scholesy one. So, you know, I can get past crap opinions if it's got good people on it. Nearly 5K watching. So I'm in the top. The official United Stand YouTube account isn't even in the top 6% for its own channel. We've only watched 118 videos, apparently. Kevin Hart's coming on. Good stuff. But Jacob's in the top 0.6% for the United Stand. Is anyone in the top 0.6% for That's Football? That's what's more important. So there we go. Keep sharing the video. If we get 3,000 likes, we're doing an F1 watch along on Sunday. Have I gone a bit low on that? I don't know. F1 Bridge could be happening on Sunday. I'll tell you what. Andrea Bocelli's on at the moment. Time to say goodbye. I love that song. Get in, Bocelli. What a voice. I like a bit of Bocelli. I do like a bit of Bocelli. What a singer. He is good. He is good. My female boss wants to shag me. What should I do? Says NAU. Well, you know, you've got to assess 3 things there. How much you like your job, what you're going to get out of it, and will you enjoy it? And those 3 things have to be considerations, don't they? I'm top 0.1% of the MG channel, listening to it going to sleep, says Lee. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for that. Thanks everyone who's sharing the video. We've got over 5,000 watching already. We're live for a World Cup watch-along live draw. It starts at about 5:45, so get your questions in. Just to give you a little bit of a background, there are 4 pots, right? 1 team from each pot, because we've got 48 clubs in it. Of course, in pot 4, we've got 6 playoff clubs, which we know who they are. We know who UEFA Playoff A is, because that's like Italy and who else is in UEFA? I'll go through all that in a minute anyway, but they're in pot 4. So 1 team from each pot, 48 clubs in the World Cup this year. Look, they're not going to guilt trip me. I'm not being paid by FIFA. I love the World Cup. I'm looking forward to the World Cup, but 48 clubs is a joke, and we're going to get a lot of shit. Let's be honest. 32 clubs, you still get shit games. 48 clubs, that means we've got, quick maths, 12 groups. 12 groups. So there's 12 teams in each pot of four teams in each pot, 12 groups. On top of that, in the 12 groups, top 2 go through and 8 of the 12 third place teams go through. So you've basically got a massive chance. We're going to watch a lot of games when most clubs are going to go through. Because 32 clubs out of 48 have got to go through because we've got an extra knockout round as well. It used to be 32 teams, last 16. It's now 48 teams, last 32, last 16, quarterfinals. So there's a lot of games. A lot of games. In pot A, or pot 1, you've got Canada, Mexico, United States as the hosts. Then you've got Spain, Argentina, France, England, Portugal, Brazil, Netherlands, Belgium, Germany. They're in pot 1. Pot 2, Croatia, Morocco, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Senegal, Iran, South Korea, Ecuador, Austria, Australia. I'm glad Austria are there, Ranjik. Pot 3, Panama, Norway, watch out for them, Egypt, Algeria, Scotland, Paraguay, Ivory Coast, Tunisia, Uzbekistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, South Africa. Pot 4, Jordan. How's she got in? Cape Verde. I didn't even know Jordan were in it. Bloody hell. Cape Verde, well done. Ghana, Curacao, probably pronounced it wrong. Haiti, New Zealand, and then we've got the 6 playoff clubs as well. So some of these games will be easier than the dog and duck, but there we go. It is what it is. Jordan are actually decent, says eBag. Are we talking about Jordan, the country, or are we talking about Katie Price? Because, you know, there's different answers to that question. I would hope it's countries and not clubs, Mark, says Shane. Thank you very much. Dale says I'm 0.4. I think I've done that one, haven't I? No, I haven't. I'm in the top 0.4% United Stand channel and watched 735 videos. Mike Royce says I'm in the top 0.01% for United Stand. I watched 1,160 videos. 1, 2, 3 are United Stand. That's Football Terrace. Thanks for the constant content, whether football, comedic or general chat. Realistically, Mike, for 2026, you want to have United Stand first. That's Football second, and the Mark Goldbridge channel third. Just a little bit of feedback, but you can't be perfect. There's something to go for. Kevin Hart's looking a bit lost here. Here he is, Infantino. His suit's too big. I mean, that's a shame. You are the boss of FIFA and you don't get a well-fitted suit. I mean, maybe he likes the baggy look, but that jacket's way too big. You won't see Goldbridge in a jacket like that. That is not a fitted jacket. I'm a style guru. You know, you might not like my style, but I would not wear a jacket. That's at least one size too big. Maybe that's what he likes. Messi or Ronaldo? We're not doing that, Charlie. I would. Thank you very much for that. Okay, we've got nearly 6,000 watching. Keep sharing the video. Need more Mark Goldbridge channel content. Takes 2 to tango, says Mike. Next Thursday afternoon, Cooking with Goldbridge live from the new kitchen. How do you like that as an early Christmas present? How do you like that? Still need to hit 3,000 likes if you want an F1 watch along. Just letting you know. I feel too small for my clothes, says eBag. I'm not a style guru apparently. I am for the over 40s. Nothing wrong with this. I've got cords on. Got a pair of cords on today. Have that. That's the way of giving off the mug persona while he robs the Federation blind, says Thomas. Thank you very much, says Donald Trump. Which country's fans will complain the most about their draw, says Stray Cat. Who do I want for England? I don't think it really matters. If we don't hit the semi-finals, we're shit. But look, the easiest group for England would be Australia, Qatar, Haiti. I mean, I wouldn't if we get Australia, Qatar, Haiti, I think, can we do that? Yeah, we can. I would say that we may as well not turn up till the knockout stage. We could send the kids. I mean, that's how crap the group could be, this World Cup. I personally think this World Cup is going to be a challenge the first 2 weeks because a lot of the big teams are going to play a lot of easy games. I think that's inevitable, to be honest with you. When is the draw? Well, we've got to have a lot of talking first, so we're talking. I'd say it'll be in the next half an hour. I think it's meant to be about 5:45, 6 o'clock. Yeah. Tonight, we have got a... sorry, I'm just getting a message about something. Tonight, we have got the Bundesliga watch-alongs as well. Would you rather Max or Lando win, says Roger? Now's not really the place, but of course I don't like Verstappen because he robbed Hamilton. This is payback. This is payback. Lando came out and backed Hamilton that day. I'm backing Lando. Not even a United fan, but United Stan was #1 and this channel #2, says ZMP. Thanks for all the content. You're a legend, as is this chat. I think it's brilliant that YouTube have actually copied Spotify with their yearly review. I think it's a really good thing. I always like it. I had my Amazon one. I'm actually going to post it now on Instagram. There was a really interesting... let me do it. What? Mark Goldbridge build-up to West Ham.
What are you doing, you brat?
This is not me.
Get out! Buddy, get out! Get out of bed, you brat! Oh, buddy, I'm getting up! I'm getting up! Get out! Oh, bloody nightmare. It's beginning to look a lot like bloody Christmas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to United Stand. I'm Mark Goldbridge, and we're going to be previewing West Ham tonight, which should be an easy win. I mean, let's face facts. Yes, get in. Get in.
It's not me.
I said about it. I said about it. Give him a contract. I've always rated Dalot. I'm hoping the good luck charm Eric the Elf after Cantona. Hopefully he's going to be a good luck charm for us because I mean we bloody need it anyway. Corner to bloody! I knew it. I bloody knew it.
This is not.
I knew it. I bloody knew it.
This is not me.
I said about it. I bloody knew it. I knew it.
I'll get that off now. That's James Howard Voices, that is, on Instagram or something, I think. It's incredible stuff. But there we go. Ryan says United Stand top 0.1%. 2,116 videos watched. Bose is right, mate. That's incredible. Hi from Scotland. I tell you what, who's excited? Who do you support? Because as an England fan, I'm sort of thinking how easy could the group be? And I'm sure French fans and Brazilian fans are thinking like that. But if you're Scottish or you're from a country that maybe hasn't been in the World Cup that much, you must be very excited. Robert McCormack says, get ready for 4 a.m. watch along with Mark, Haiti versus Iran. There's no way I have done watch alongs for every game in a tournament. There ain't no way I'm doing watch alongs for every game this year. I might palm them off to like Beth or something like that, but I'm not doing it. Or Ricky. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, not doing that at all. Thanks, everybody. Infantino's still on here. So what we're expecting is at some point, money grabber Rio is going to come out and kiss the arse of the World Cup because he's a man of the people now. And then we will probably have little clips of every team that's in the tournament. And then the World Cup draw should be in about half an hour or so. So get your questions in. Just a bit of self-promotion. I'm a self-made man. I am a man of the people. I used to have a paper round, get up at 6:30 in the morning, working class. No, I'm not going to do that. Tomorrow may as well be a bloody charity stream. I've not done one of these for a long time, but the fixtures dictate it. So tomorrow on this channel, we will be live from 12:30 for Villa against Arsenal. Quick toilet break, back live at 3 o'clock because you've got Sunderland playing Man City. You've got Chelsea going to Bournemouth. So we've got some really good 3 o'clocks. Quick toilet break again. Leeds Liverpool at 5:30. So it's all day tomorrow. Now, it's tough. It's a tough schedule, that. But Sunday is like tumbleweed. There's no. I'm not doing any watch-alongs for football on Sunday. It's crap. It's not Super Sunday. It's Silent Sunday. It's Rest in Peace Sunday. It's terrible. So yeah, tomorrow we work and Sunday we rest. Although I might do the FIFA one if we hit. I might do the F1 watch-along if we hit 4,000 likes. World Cup 2022 on That's Football was peak, says ZM. Oh yeah, who remembers World Cup 2018, Colombia? We weren't doing drugs. I mean, like the penalty shootout. That clip is a gif. So yeah, I'm an Englishman living in the US. He's an Englishman living in New York, Benji, and it's the 250th birthday of the US next year. Imagine if England win the tournament in a special year. Mackenzie says, can you do a Celtic game on Sunday? James sounds like Mark more than Mark himself. Yeah, we're trying to sort out a show to get James on a fan forum as me. He does me better than me. I'll put my hands up. James Howard is a better Mark Goldbridge than me. So, yeah. United stand, top, we've done that one. Is it finally coming back home to England then? The World Cup will be different, says Ange. Oh, I'd love to see England win a World Cup. I think we would all like to see that. Well, we would not unless you're bloody English, you wouldn't. Please do share the video. We're trying to get up to 10,000 people watching this World Cup draw. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. You're very, very welcome. As always, I am doing the Bundesliga tonight, and you can all get involved in that if you want to. That's a 7:30 game. We have got a United Stand video for you at 8 o'clock as well. So lots going on. As always on this channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Absolute legends. So we are here in Washington. Well, I'm not. I'm here in my room. But Washington, DC, they're building up to the World Cup draw. I remember 94. I remember the World Cup draw in 1994. And it was epic. It was epic. France didn't qualify. England didn't qualify. I'd just come off the back of Italia 90. I wasn't playing. I wasn't Gaza. Italia 90 was the first World Cup I watched in its entirety. I vaguely remember 86, but I was about 6. So 10 years of age, Italia 90. Actually, 11 years of age, Italia 90. I just turned 11. Was my first World Cup I watched in the entirety, getting home from school for the 5 o'clock games, and it was great. And then England didn't qualify for 94. And I was at secondary school then, I was 14. And I'm like, what's going on? But it actually was a really good World Cup, even without England. The razzmatazz, it was a big deal. And I don't think people realise, and obviously Canada and Mexico as well, but the way the Americans in 94, we're talking over 30 years ago. I mean, 30 years is a long time in soccer, if you're American. It was incredible, absolutely incredible, that World Cup. So I think people who didn't experience 94 are in for a real treat. You might not be in for a treat at the moment because Robbie Williams is about to sing. Singing in the classes, music for the asses. Get no head, no backstage passes. Gary Barlow must have been busy. I was, Mark. I'm busy making wine in France and writing new stuff for Take That. Right, let me entertain you. As a Norwegian, I'm very excited, says Inga. Really think we could do well. Yeah, well, you know what? You could do well. I think Norway have got arguably the best striker in the world. And they've got some very talented players. I feel bad for saying this, but I'm not even going to say it publicly because he's one of my favourite players in the Bundesliga. Yes, Nusa. I'm a Norwegian fan. I knew he was Norwegian or Danish, and he's Danish. So he's Norwegian. So you've got Nusa as well. Odegaard. It's just about whether you're good defensively. That's really going to be your biggest issue. Are you good defensively? But look, Norway, Scotland. Oh, he's singing in Schwersinger. She's still at it. She's loving it. I thought she'd fell off. Be careful doing World Cup stuff though. Jermaine Genius is sat there at home now with a pot noodle, Probably finished his anyway. Not pot noodling. Not at this time. You can fall off doing World Cup draws. You know, that can be a problem. So be very careful about that one. Incredible numbers. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Please do share the video. 3,000 likes and we do an FA. 3,000 likes and we do 4,000 likes or 3,000 likes and we're doing a Formula One watch along on Sunday. So thanks everyone who's getting involved. Love that. I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, I've lost my live chat for a moment at the worst possible time because I don't want to be watching Williams. Lovely stuff. Cringe singing ever from 2 OAPs, says Gary Bartlett. Or is it Gary Barlow under a pseudonym? Hi, Mark. I got dismissed from my job recently. I'm sad to be unemployed, but I feel relieved to leave a job I was no longer enjoying, says Glass of Water. Yummy. And guess what? You get to watch YouTube for free. So, you know, there's every cloud. Feels like a tacky money grab of a World Cup, says Sam Humphreys. Look, I'm not here. We're not here to not speak honestly. I like the World Cup. There's nothing else to do in the summer. And I do like the World Cup. But I've got to say, 48 teams is a joke. And it is a money grab. I don't care what anybody says. 48 teams is an absolute joke. And, you know, they're trying to do it because it's, you know, a big World Cup or what. But we're going to end up with a lot of shit games. That's what's going to happen. However, when we get to the last 16, it will get interesting. But as I said, I think the first 2 weeks will be a little bit, you know, you'll have to pick and choose the games you want to watch. Having said that, the great thing about the 94 World Cup was that even the crap games, the crowds were massive. Because what they've done, I was in New York a couple of weeks ago. I was speaking to a few people about this. They've sold most of the tickets already. People don't even know. You know, some poor sod has spent good dollars on a World Cup game. They're sat thinking they might get Brazil-England, not realising that can't happen in the group stage, and they're going to turn up and it's going to be Jordan against Haiti, you know? So there will be big crowds. K&B, thanks for that. Scotland, England, same group, crossing everything, says Fraser. I think it can happen. 4 of the groups, well, there's 12 groups. And 4 of the groups have 2 European teams. They want to make it, but they can't quite do it. They want different, what do they call them? Continents in each group. So they want, you know, European, North American, South American, African, or, you know, or the other ones. But because there's so many European clubs in it, there will be 4 groups that have 2 European teams in it. So England could get Scotland. Went to Kevin Hart stand-up. He was horrible. Did not laugh once, and it cost £115, says Jade. Hope you're well, Mark. Great shows as ever here in United Stand, says Daniel Thompson. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your super chats that are coming in as well. Appreciate that. Nick P says, I do remember after the World Cup in America thinking they're really going to kick on now and get good at football, but I think they peaked then. Was it Alexi Lalas, John Harkes, Kobe Jones? They're 3 players I remember. There was a goalkeeper as well. Was it Tony Hawks or something like that? I don't know. I think they did all right. I mean, I don't know whether Pochettino. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the USA are considered to be that good, but they have got some good players. They have. Yeah. I like to be in America. Keep us for tea in America. I think that was the BBC music. My husband and I are fan for 10 years now, says K&B. Thank you very much. We better qualify and we'll fill the stadiums ourselves, says Shane. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. You know, let's take a moment to think about the 6 teams that don't know whether they're going or not yet. Because in pot 4, 6 of the teams in that are to do with playoffs. In those playoffs, there is one team that's called UEFA Playoff A. That's not a country. If you've got a kid with you going, what country's UEFA Playoff A? Can we go there on holiday? Just say to them, you're an idiot. It's a playoff. So the way the playoffs work is that UEFA Playoff A is, and I'm trying to see where they've done it. So UEFA Playoff A is one spot that will be won by Italy, Wales, Bosnia, or Northern Ireland. They've got to play each other in March in a semi-final final to take one spot in the World Cup. So UEFA Playoff A will be Italy, Wales, Bosnia, or Northern Ireland. UEFA Playoff B, again, is not a country. It'll be Ukraine, Poland, Albania, Sweden. UEFA Playoff C will be Turkey, Slovakia, Kosovo, or Romania. And then the big one for the Irish, UEFA Playoff D will be Denmark, Czech Republic, Ireland, or North Macedonia. Notice how I call it Ireland and not Republic of Ireland, because I lived there for 3 years. Respect. FIFA Playoff 1, FIFA Playoff 1 is DR Congo, Jamaica, or New Caledonia, which I have to say is news to me. And FIFA Playoff 2 is Iraq, Bolivia, or Suriname. So there are 6 spots with basically 23 teams going for them. They will be decided in March. Thank you everybody who's tuning in. You're absolute legends. Thank you so much. Please do share the video. We're on that's not the World Cup unless they've ruined it. That's the crappiest World Cup I've ever seen. It's the Donald Trump trophy. It's the Donald Trump Peace Prize for 2025. Yeah, don't take the piss out of it. Yeah, that is not the World Cup. Somebody just said in the chat. That's something completely different. Where we at? So, what do we got? Have you watched Premier League predictions with me and Robbie, by the way? That's out now. Give it a watch. What do we got? My God, we've got nearly 9,000 watching for a World Cup draw, and people say, you know, you're not a great community. Not me. I love you. Do you think you're handsome and cute, says Zita? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, I could be attractive, and many people think that's true, but I could be ugly on the inside. You could be ugly on the outside, but beautiful on the inside. Personally, I think I've got both things going on, and a lot more, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm off the market. I'm in a permanent contract, so, you know, I'm not even looking. Does that not matter what happens in any draw? Rub says, does not matter what happens in any draw. It is coming home with Tuchel. Job done already, says Rub, with a wink. Tony Meola was the goalkeeper for the US in '94, says Perk. Thank you very much. What would you say is England's biggest weakness that could hold them back for going far in the World Cup? I think this is a very good question from Angel. It looks like Infantino is reading Donald Trump a bedtime story here. I'm sure he's not. It's just a big book. Trump's on stage. How old's Donald Trump? I'd say 83. He's got a plaster on his hand. Anyway, England's biggest weakness for the World Cup is he's 79, he's 81. He's 79. A lot of people are saying 79. A lot of people are asking me, well, one person called Angel, England's biggest weakness will be England's biggest weakness in my lifetime. This weird fascination with getting as many good players you can in a team instead of building a team. What we've seen in recent weeks in games is Harry Kane as the focal point with pace around him. Rashford, Rodgers, Saka. If he does that, got a great chance. If he starts shoehorning in Foden, Bellingham and all them lot, we'll mess up. He's got to go with a team. I think Tuchel will. I think he'll go with a team. But if we do, like I've seen us go into World Cups and Euros, you know, you're picking Gerrard, Lampard and Scholes in the same midfield just to start them all. That's a mistake. So it's about going with a team, and some people won't like that, but it's true. We better qualify, says Shane. We've done that one. Thank you very much for your super chats. As a Bosnian with an Italian fiance, these qualifiers will be very conflicting, but let's got to get through Wales first. Let's go Bosnia, says Bar Fight Studios. I think those playoffs are going to be very interesting. Because you know what, if you look at that playoff Group A, if you're watching this tonight and you're you know, you're Welsh or Italian or Bosnian or Northern Irish, you're watching this like you're in the World Cup. Why wouldn't you? Like, you're watching it like you're going to be in the World Cup. But 3 of you won't. You know? It's a fair point. I'm a Chelsea fan and my brother is a United fan. I bought him the Ganacho Ho Ho Christmas sweater. He was able to give it back this August, says Robert Preacher. I forgot about that one. What's all this nonsense got to do with football, says Richard. Pacino or De Niro, says Alex. It's like saying Celtic or Rangers. I don't think I can do it. This is unbearable. What are they doing, says Shahin. Mate, if you didn't expect a massive load of crap before the draw, you're a goddamn fool. You're a goddamn fool. Zuta says Trump's the same age as you. Oh, that's just rude. Why you got to be so rude? I'm going to marry her anyway. Why you got to be so rude? I look about, well, Whoop says I'm 39. I'll have that. Donald Trump is 79. He's not going to be 80 until June next year. So there you go. I'd have said 82, but you know, what do I know? You have to say which one, Mark, says Alex. I don't. This is a farce, says Darcy. Is Trump singing now? Because I haven't got the sound on. Imagine if he was. He's singing Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears. He's not singing. He's not singing. Chat's amazing tonight, says Noah. You are brilliant. We've got nearly 10,000 watching. We're very close to 4,000 likes. If we get 4,000 likes, we're doing an F1 watch-along. It wasn't part of the weekend plan, but I haven't got any watch-alongs on Sunday, so I will do an F1 watch-along on Sunday if we get 4,000 likes. Share the video, more people, more likes. But I'm just thinking, I hope we've still got the old We did used to do F1 watch-alongs a long time ago. We had a different colour scheme and thumbnail. I'm going to get Matt to dig them out. Yeah, Trump singing God Save something, says Richard. Other than the US, Trump will support Scotland because his mum is from Scotland. That's fine. Habs. Glad you're not a Trump supporter, Mark. Lovely news, says Ant. I didn't say I wasn't. I just don't do politics. All the build-up has always been about World Cup and football, says Shahin. Spoon or fork for pot noodle, says B8G. Definitely a fork. Yeah, because if you use a spoon, all the sauce just falls off. I think Trump would sing Sinatra's My Way. I actually thought that's what he was singing, Rob. It looks like if you mute him, it looks like he is singing My Way because he's holding it like this. And then knows I did it my way. I tell you what, I like that song. I don't know the lyrics. Love and hate from Singapore, says Doctor. Bet Trump will jump and celebrate with the winner, says Zuta. How many hot dogs can you fit in your mouth, says Hugh. I don't know. And all the build-up has always been, I've done that one. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Okay. That's a sparkly dress. Mark, are you implying that Bellingham isn't a team player? I'm sorry, but if you're starting Rodgers over Bellingham, then that's just crazy, says Bubba. No, I think Bellingham can win that position, but if he's going to get that position, he's got to play for the team. He's got to run past Kane with pace. He can do it, but at the moment, I think I like the way the team is playing, and I'd be very reluctant to mess about with it, you know, if I'm being completely honest. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new to That's Football, by the way. We've got a live Bundesliga game tonight. So if you're in England and Ireland, you get to watch live match footage with me at 7:30. But if you're not in England and Ireland, I just do a normal watch-along where you do this. So join in at 7:30 for that. Tomorrow is Premier League, 3 watch-alongs in a row from 12:30 all the way through until about 7:30 tomorrow night. So lots to get involved with there. And we are 50 subscribers away from 442,000. So please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved with the channel. We're just looking at Argentina winning the World Cup. I mean, what a World Cup final that was, by the way. Let's just remind ourselves. Moani's running through one-on-one. The World Cup is there for France, and Martinez makes an incredible save and then goes and wins it for them in penalties. I know it was the Messi World Cup. But let's not forget the huge role the rest of the Argentinian side has, but also Martinez as well. It was incredible. Charlie says, here is the real World Cup. He's got his gloves on. Why have you got your gloves on? Aren't you allowed to touch it? That is the World Cup. Impressive. Charlie says, I've seen enough. Deduct 10 points from Everton. Thank you very much, Charlie. He was epic in that final, Emi Martinez. He absolutely was. Brilliant. Who's brought that World Cup out? He's having a right old chat. Stop spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. I've always wanted to do that. Thank you very much for that. I really think that Delo is a Ballon d'Or contender, says Yusuf. That close. Scott Marsden says, my best mate Josh has just undergone intense knee surgery. Being a fellow Arsenal fan, can you please wish him all the best with his recovery? Good luck with your recovery, Josh. I'm not up to date with the modern medical terms. What makes it intense knee surgery? Is it because the doctor's had a bad day and he's like, oh God, I'm having a bad day. I'm feeling intense about this. What makes it intense knee surgery compared to relaxed knee surgery? If England goes out, which nationality would you root for, says Tender? I mean, I like Austria because I like Rangnick. Look, I remember World Cup '98. I wanted Scotland to do well. I always want Ireland to do well. I'd draw the line at Wales. No, I mean, look, when Wales got to the semi-final of the Euros, I wanted them to do well. I always like watching Brazil. You know, I know it's very, obvious, but I do. CN says, it's crazy to think that the backup Arsenal keeper who conceded 5 to Reading went on to win the World Cup. Also that Leno injury that led up to it, says CN. Form says, is there a European stadium you want to experience? I'd really like to watch a Dortmund game at the Yellow Wall. Well, increasingly, doing the Bundesliga on a Friday night is making me really look forward to going over and experiencing some of that, because I've never been to Germany, actually. I've never been to Germany. Thank you very much for your super chat, Forms. Appreciate that. Too funny how they invented an award to glaze Trump, says Marble. Official Margot Robbie says, sleep with me and I'll get rid of the glazers. The fact that that's just a random YouTube chat and I was, almost thought it through. It's crazy that the Arsenal backup goalkeeper, I've done that one from Cian, thank you very much. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you share the video. We've got nearly 10,000. We've been hovering around 9,400 for about the last 5 minutes, which is incredible. And we're very close to 3,000 likes, 4,000 likes, and we're doing an F1 watch along on the weekend. I would never do it, Margot, because I'm loyal. Trust is very important to me. And, as a married man, I can't do it. But I was thinking about taking one for the team. That doesn't mean you get to do me. But, to get the glazers out, could we have a conversation about, I'm thinking it through too much. Is it raining again? Because my bloody Sky Dish keeps doing this all the time, and I think it's rain. It's just frozen. I'll watch it. I'll tell you what, BBC, I will watch it on YouTube in a minute. I've just got glitter dress paused on my screen here. That's why I went out a minute ago. It's not even bloody raining. What's going on here? Oh no, Statue of Liberty's there. Statue of Liberty's there. I don't know what's going on here. It was doing this the other day. Oh, Pele's on the screen. That's all right. That's all right. Music, start, bench, sell. Travis, Keane or Verve? I need to get this finished. It's been fine all along, and now it's just freezing all the time. You can't watch TV at the moment. Tell me something I don't bloody know. Pointless. Exactly. I'm going to watch it on YouTube. This is a joke. It's complete. I mean, if this happens tomorrow on a football match, I'm screwed. Don't worry, I've got a backup plan. I've always got a backup plan. What? Where's the official World Cup live? You'll do. Oh, I saw this thing the other day. There we go. I've found this new thing where you can, on Windows, where you can have two tabs open at the same time, and they split your screen. It's probably not something new, but for me, it's quite exciting. FIFA president's rambling. I've got it. Here we go. We're ready to go here, apparently, now. Apparently, we're ready to go. You look huge, Mark. Thanks, Suter. Music, start, bench, sell. Travis, Keane or the Verve? I'll sell Travis, I'll bench Keane, and I'll start the Verve. Thank you very much for that. So, we should be about ready to start, according to Robert McCormack, because it's very close to 6 o'clock. Lots of people are saying, please like the video. We want 4,000 likes. Stefan Meek, welcome to the Members Club. You're a legend for getting your badge in. Why do you have an I Love Arsenal mug in the background? Also, what would you say is the hardest group England can get? Those mugs are I Love Ars, I Love MCI, I Love Tot, I Love Chi. So we've got, there's also an I Love New, an I Love Burr. There's a United one as well. We sell those mugs for every Premier League club. Who's this? Whose mum's this? I don't know who it is. Jenny Stone says, guess who's back? Back again. Norway will be the underdogs this tournament. Great attack, but poor defence. They basically need to outscore everybody, says Richard. Thank you very much for that. And guess who is Trump's here? Split screen was in Windows 95, says Rob Dobson. Thank you very much. It's the Mexican president. There we go. I was trying to figure out who she played for. Plays for Mexico. A very big role. So we've got the president of Mexico. We've got Donald Trump. I'm guessing the guy on the end is the president of Canada. Is it? Politics. Yeah, so we've got the PM of Canada, we've got the president of Mexico, and we've got the president of the United States. Hat trick. Hat trick. I told you I don't do politics, so I'm not gonna know. I thought it was like admin. I thought it was my mate's dad for a minute. Could have been. Could have been. Oh, that's why he's got a red 26, she's got a green 26, and he's got a blue 26. That's politics. I don't do politics. Although I was watching Question Time last night. They were talking about who's going to stop the boats coming into the UK, and I thought, this is something I don't want to think about. And I turned it off and I watched the Vicar of Dibley Christmas special, which I think was a safer thing. I don't want to start having those thoughts. But I turned the telly on after the Man United game last night. Question Time was on, and the topic across the bottom was who's going to stop the boats. And I thought, I don't need to be involved in this. And I put the Vicar of Dibley Christmas special in. And I thought to myself, practice what you preach. I don't do politics. There we go. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you very much for back. 9,527 watching, 3,427 likes, 4,000 likes, and it's not even in the schedule, but I'm doing a Formula One watch along on Sunday lunchtime. It's a decider. Even if you don't like Formula One, it'll be worth a watch. It'll be a very interesting race. It's the final race of the season, and 3 people could win it. So it's like a final day Premier League decider. You need to start paying attention how much your audience is in the US, says Grunt. Well, tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're watching from. You should do a question time watch along. Oh, imagine that. Yeah, they're talking about immigration. Yeah, the end. oh, here we go. They're talking about knife crime in London now. Yeah, just somebody said to me once, growing up is realizing you don't have to get your nose in every conversation and you don't have to have an opinion on everything. And I think that's something that's always stood me in good stead. Football, I'm like a rat up a drain pipe, but other things I sort of go, I don't need to get involved. I don't need to walk down that street, thank you. Don't need to go that way. Anyway, we're here for the World Cup. We're here for the World Cup draw. Trump's talking again. Hopefully we'll get the draw. Trump's second team is Holland. He loves the orange kit, says Kenneth. How long till the draw, says Cormac. I feel sorry for everybody that was thinking, I'll watch the draw and then I'll have my tea because I'm hungry. You're going to be waiting a little bit longer here. You are going to be waiting a little bit longer here because I think it should be starting any minute. But it ain't started yet. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, it's pot A, pot B, pot C, pot D. 1 from each. 4 teams in each group. There are 12 groups. England, all the top seeds will not be in the same group, obviously, because they're all in pot A. But he's messing around with his balls, Infantino, here. This could be it. He's showing us his balls. He's put them down again, and now he's mixing them around. He's looking at Trump. He's pointing at Trump. He's picked a ball up. No, he's talking to the Canadian. He's saying, I've got a ball in my hand. There's something inside my balls. And it says FIFA. There we go. FIFA through and through. He's got FIFA inside his ball. There. Okay, the Canadian Prime Minister is ready. He's feeling around with his balls. He's tossing it up in the air. He's about to open it. And pot 1. I don't know what he's doing here. Canada. He's very happy that he's got Canada above his head in Group D. No one else is. He's going yes. No one's in it, mate. You're literally just you're first out. There's nobody in it. But he's very happy. He's very happy here. I think Canada in Group B. Canada in Group B here. I mean, I don't know what the relevance is of being happy about going into a group. Mexico, she's really happy as well. She's smiling. She's shaking the Mexico thing. She's holding it above her head. It's the proudest moment of her career because Mexico, one of the hosts, are going to be in a group. Yeah. People are saying it's rigged. How can it be rigged? They're literally pulling out USA, Mexico, and Canada. And what group they're going to be in. I don't really understand what's going on here because there's other balls in his pot and they've all pulled out USA, Canada and Mexico. If somebody can explain that to me, I don't understand why they're feeling with balls and they're all pulling out their own country. I don't get that. Explain that one. No, I understand that they've... I understand that, but what do the other balls say? You know, like, you know, in Trump's bowl, there's more balls. What do they all say? Do they all say USA then? Was it... Yeah. Strange. Oh, he's doing a selfie now, look. Oh, for God's sake. FIFA fell off, didn't they? You know what? Who did they get to put together this show? You know, is there no Hollyoaks tonight? Did the producer of Hollyoaks put this together? Because I'm lost as to what that was all about. Let's bring out the political heads of USA, Mexico, and Canada to pull out Mexico, USA, and Canada and put them into a group. Woo! We've really moved forward there. We really moved forward there. I was waiting for some legends of the game to do the draw. I think they will be. I know Rio Ferdinand's involved, Shahin. Mark, from each continent, who do you want to win? That's not how it works. Ceremonial for each of their own countries, all the same, says R. Monten. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you very much. Nearly 11,000 watching. Thank you very much to everybody who's tuning in. If we hit 4,000 likes, we're doing an F1 watch-along impromptu on Sunday lunchtime, by the way, if you want to tune in for that. All the names in the balls were the same. I think you're right, LD. Yeah, I think you're right about that. 4 minutes till 6 o'clock. We've been live for an hour. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Yeah, they always drag it on. Of course they do. Of course they do. I've now taping this and watch this later on, says Becky. That was much about nothing, Mark. We've known for weeks what groups they were in, says Shane. All right. Okay. Watch USA, Canada and Mexico get easy groups and Portugal because Ronaldo meet with Trump, says Cormac. Rangnick Ball, let's go, says Sat. And even Sepp Blatter was better and he was corrupt, says Tanish. Right, we're back again now. Here's a guy with a microphone. Yeah, mate, seriously, I'm bored now. I'm really bored of watching you lot hold microphones trying to get excited about videotape. Just show us the bloody draw. You know? Show us the draw. Give us it. Give us the draw. Come on, we're ready for it now. We're ready for it. Get on with it. Hopefully it'll be done by June, says Michael. I think they're waiting for the March International break and the playoffs before they actually do it here. I think they are having a bit of a break on purpose. We've hit 4,000 likes, which means contractually I do have to do a F1 watch along on Sunday lunchtime now. That's you've decided, so well done on that. Who are they talking to now? He's very happy. Just get on with it. Just get on with it. Penalty to Argentina. Goodness me, that couldn't be any more awkward with Trump and Carney on the stage together, says Jake. Congratulations to LeBron on an epic record and then making the right play, says Saley. Thank you very much. Hugo Sanchez. Oh, I remember Hugo Sanchez. Yeah, he's a real legend. You're right, Kenneth. I mean, I wouldn't recognise him now. If he walked past me down the street and said I'm Hugo Sanchez, I would know. But I wouldn't, you know, he could be walking his dog next to me and I wouldn't have a bloody clue how he looks now. But I do remember Hugo Sanchez. Mexican legend. I think he played for Real Madrid as well, didn't he? That guy in the middle behind, I know him. He's head of FA Comms. The guy right in the middle with the... I know him. Next to Tuchel. Head of comms at Man United. Can't remember his name. He's a nice guy. He'd be loving that. You're there, man. Man in the middle. Oh, come on. It's nearly 6 o'clock. Some of us have got dinner to have. Danny Ramirez is the young guy. He's the new Falcon in the Marvel movies. What's he got to do with it? Why is he holding a mic for football? You know, I know loads of people who fell off who could hold that mic who actually know something about football. That could be Jermaine Genius. You know, it could be Jamie O'Hara. You know, there's people who need a job and they could be holding that mic. Why is a guy from Marvel doing it? Because he's good looking. Well, I don't know. Doesn't rock my boat. Who do you want England to avoid in the group stages? Cormac. Honestly, there's nobody I'm worried about in any of the groups. Like, there's literally nobody. You got... I don't think Croatia that good. In pot 2, Croatia, Morocco, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Senegal, Iran, South Korea, Ecuador, Austria, Australia. South Korea could be difficult. Uruguay could be difficult. Austria could give us a game. But there's no one really to worry about. Pot 3, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Uzbekistan, Tunisia, Ivory Coast, Paraguay, Scotland, Algeria, Egypt, Norway, Panama. I mean, Norway could give you a game. Pot 4, forget about it. Forget about it. I mean, maybe one of the teams from the playoffs could be difficult. But yeah, I don't see it being problematic, really. I hope Son wins the World Cup for LAFC, says Limitless. Darren says it's on till 7 o'clock, Mark. They're taking the piss. They are taking the piss, though. Like, Robert McCormack said 6 o'clock. They actually are starting to take the piss now. Like, they are taking the piss. Like, you can't have an hour of nothing. You can't have an hour of Kevin Hart, Donald Trump, and Robbie Williams, you know? There's someone playing a band. There's a band playing now. Lauryn Hill. What? Lauryn Hill? Over the hill? Who? She hasn't done a song in about 50 years. Lauryn Hill. What the fuck? What's she got to do with football? Come on. When was the last time you saw her down the Emirates? I know who Lauryn Hill is. That thing, that thing, that thing. I mean, that was about 50 years ago. No, that makes me look old. It's 20 years since she'd done anything. Come on. JN says, have they dug her up? Nah, she was a good artist at one point. Fugees, wasn't it? Was she the Fugees? Yeah, I always get Fugees mixed up with the Black Eyed Peas. She was Fugees. What was that famous Fugees song? Oh, what was that? What was that Fugees song? It's because I've sang that other song now of hers. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slow. She didn't look like that then. I honestly haven't seen her on telly for about 20 years. I'm not joking. I really haven't. Killing Me Softly. It's a cover though. Is this the Super Bowl or what? Says Cormac. Emil says hard tug this. I hate that FIFA guy. Ben Cooper says you're worried about Ireland, Mark. Don't lie. Ready or not, here I come. My Samurai says get back to the ball fiddling. Well, they were just teasing us, weren't they? I tell you what, they're killing me softly. I've stolen it from the chat, but they're definitely killing me softly with this. Killing me softly. Did they do that one as well? One time. This is your fault. I knew I'd get the bloody blame. I've jinxed it. Somebody just said Trump's going to deport her for this performance. That's harsh. I can't hear it, so I don't know how good it is. But she's killing me softly with this song. That's it, literally. Village people are legit closing the show. Yeah, I'll have turned it off by then. I mean, a lot of people like that song, YMCA, but for me, I can be really drunk on the dance floor, and that's one of 10 songs that if it comes on, I sit down. Ollie Murs, anything by Ollie Murs, I just class it as one song, I sit down. YMCA, I ain't standing there like an idiot going, it's fun to stay at... No, I'm not even doing it for comedic effects. I'm off the dance floor for that. Shania Twain, if this comes on, that don't... So you think you're Brad Pitt? That don't impress... Piss off, I'm off. Here in the US, tickets for the games next year, it starts at $700, says Zach. Yeah, what about the people who have spent $700 on a game, they don't even know who's playing in it? So, you know, there'll be some American sat there going, I reckon I'm going to get Brazil, England in the group stage. You're not. You've got Haiti against Qatar. Enjoy it. They're really good. $700. Yeah, it'd be worth loads if you try and sell it. Slow Sports News says, I hate to think what the first game would be like if this is what we're expecting just for a draw of teams. They'd probably do a half-time show. Well, remember the Club World Cup? Remember what happened with the Club World Cup? You know, we had that I mean, every game went on for ages, didn't it? Because we had the walkout from the players. Like, like you play an Ultimate Team. Every player came out to a supposed applause. So, yeah, God knows what stuff they've got. They're going to VAR yellow cards and corners, so that's going to add another 5 minutes. So, yeah, it has the potential to be a very drawn-out affair. What would the tightest World Cup group be, says Rain? I think the hardest World Cup draw you can construct would be, let's just take a random favourite. So let's say Brazil, Croatia, Norway, and if Italy come through from the playoffs. So you could have a Brazil, Croatia. No, you couldn't. That's 3 European. You can't have that. You can't. So Brazil. I don't think you can construct a group of death because you can't have two from the same apart from Europe. So you could have Brazil, Croatia, Norway, but then you'd have to say Ghana, I suppose. Yeah. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I won't sing it again. Has anyone been drawn yet? Says Reverse. No. No, not yet. Bow, bow, bow. Hot take, 2006 was the last great World Cup, says Nath. And Mark Smith, as an American, says, on behalf of all the Americans, I'm really sorry for this. It's a humiliation ritual for both the performer and the audience, says Jabba. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. We've hit 4,000 likes, so we are going to do an F1 watch-along, by the way, on Sunday lunchtime. Join us for that. We'll be live. And please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to That's Football. Everybody is welcome here. World Cup draw live and Bundesliga action tonight at 7:30. If we ever finish this draw, by the way, That's not always a guaranteed. You know, we could be here till March as things stand. Incredible. Incredible. That's all I'm going to say. Right, she's back in her shiny dress. What boxer tricks is she going to pull out now? No, Kevin Hart's talking. He's applauding her. That's a filler. Yeah. Does that mean she's finished? Your career is, mate. I mean, this is just not good for your career. I hope you got a big paycheck because this is not entertaining. You're entertaining. We're entertaining, but this has been a brilliant Act 1. Act 1. Oh, here he is, Mr. Show Off. He's trying to do some acting now, isn't he? Oh, this is abysmal. Infantino and Rio doing some shit Hollyoaks acting now. He's a prat, isn't he? Infantino is the FIFA president and he's an absolute turbo prat. He's doing some acting now. He's on his phone going like this. I think I'm going to get a job in Hollywood. Rio. Come on. This is a cringe fest. Rio's just thinking about the money and it's all tax-free because I live in Dubai. How much am I getting? $1 million. And that's no tax. That's $1 million in my bank account. Yeah, in UK I'd lose about half of that. Yeah, I'll do anything. I'll do this Hollyoaks acting for you. Definitely. Look at Infantino. Rio sort of did that quite good. Infantino's overacted that. Oh, God, they're doing another act as well. Oh, my God. This is the most cringiest thing I've ever watched. It's awful. Awful. Just start the draw. I mean, who in their right mind said an hour and 15 minutes into this draw, I know what people really will want an hour and 15. They'll love to watch a bit of an acting class with Mr. Dubai and Infantino. This is just not football. I'm sorry. This is not football. Matthew McConaughey, Rio Ferdinand, Salma Hayek, Infantino sat talking shit. I'll tell you what, you can criticise Gary Neville, but at least he said no. At least he said no. Give him some bloody credit. This is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Are these actors hard up or what, says Kenneth. Yeah, I'd be getting some money. You wouldn't wish this on your worst enemy, says Shotgun Justice. You should be giving out bloody justice. Goldbridge, better than Kevin Hart, says Loss. He's got a tough script. Group stage is going to be totally pointless, isn't it, says Josh. Yes. With the two best players in the Premier League in Odegaard and Haaland, how far can Norway go? Well, it's a team game, isn't it? Also, thoughts on Amrim Wolves press conference, says Rajaf. Here is Rio. Could this be a draw? Is it sticky Vicky on stage, says Joe Wright. How far do you think Norway can make it, David? Well, I think everybody's getting out of the group stage, aren't they? At this point, Mark, you choose the groups. Mate, it'll be a lot cheaper and it'd be a lot quicker and it'd be a lot better. You know? Are there any draws at this tournament draw, says Sir J.K. Worthing? Yeah. This is worse than the long throw-in, says Calvin. I'm getting the word knobhead. He hasn't even put a tie on. He's loving it. You can tell by his smile he's thinking, all tax-free. All tax-free. What do you think of Ireland's World Cup hopes, says Gag? Well, you've got to get through your playoff group, which has got Denmark, Czech Republic and North Macedonia in it. And I think that's a tough group because North Macedonia have qualified for a lot of Euros recently. And Denmark and Czech Republic are no mugs. So I think it could be tough. Could be tough. Derek, I'd love you to do it though. I'd love you to do it because I tell you what, Ireland in '94, it was amazing, the support. It says it runs from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I can just see as soon as the draw actually starts, it cuts off to the next scheduled show, says Lucas. This is the draw for the 2030 World Cup, and I'm convinced, says Cormac. Mate, how long this is taking, this is going to be everybody's bloody funeral as well. You know, ring up your family. He's doing another one! He's doing another one! He's acting again! He's a prat! He's acting again! What? How much is he being paid for this shit? Oh my God! It's cut to another Rio Ferdinand acting class. Oh my God! It's bloody embarrassing now. He's with a load of kids now. Oh, he's trying to explain the draw. We're not morons, mate. We're not bloody morons. Who are you explaining this to? You should have done this an hour ago. We've already done it. We're not stupid people. We've already checked the draw. We know 48 teams, 4 in each. Bloody hell. Now they've got a squirrel in a makeup bag and a lunchbox and popcorn and a bloody cap with balls in it. That's not how you do it. There is no squirrel. There is no popcorn. Oh my God. Look at this. This is football for dummies. This is taking the piss out of Americans. They're not that stupid. Oh my God. Who came up with this idea? Oh my God. 4 teams in each group. Top 2 go through. No shit, Sherlock. Bloody hell. Absolute jokers. This is taking the piss. They didn't do this in '94. To be honest, Rio Ferdinand probably does need this. He's probably being taught the thick prat. He's probably going, what happens then? 48 teams, how does that work? What? Did they all win it? I'm a winner. Tax-free. This is, what's this all about? Looks like Seb's starving tonight. No, he's all right. He'll be fine, Zuta. Thank you. What did I miss? West Ham equalised, says Touge. Salma Hayek, I'd rather kayak, says Nick P. Apparently, Scherzinger, however you spell it, is still to perform on top speeches from Infantino and Trump. I think we've had that, Sean. We've had that. Trust me, this nightmare is imprinted on my brain. This is diabolical, says Cher. It absolutely is. This is why I like doing these draws, because you get to take the piss out of it. It's still explaining Groups A to L. Rio's not acting here. This is really what he thinks. This is how his brain works. So there's 48 teams, and then we end up with 16 teams. And yeah, what happens then? What's this all about then? You know, fucking hell. They're over explaining it as well. No one gives a shit. No one gives a toss. Just get on with it. I tell you what, Rio Ferdinand is fast losing his United legendary status here. He's already dropped down to great. And I tell you what, if this carries on for another 5 minutes, he's going down to flop. I do not care. This is career ending. You better. I tell you what, tax free or not, you better make the money work, mate, because this is career threatening. This is. He thinks he can act as well. Mate, you're associated with this. It's on your, you know, your agent needs firing. Oh, he's doing fist pumps now. Who's this geek? Oh God, get rid of that. We're back in Washington. Please, for the love of God, get the balls out. One more hour till the draw, says Angel. I mean, I won't be here in an hour. I literally won't survive this. Unforgiven says, I made the 0.1% of the United Stand viewers. Thanks for all the hard work and entertainment, Mark, and the United staff. You've done well there, mate. Thanks for your super chat. Doc says they're explaining this to Americans. Look up 12 team ESPN commercial video. This is the only way to appease Americans. I despise the USA. Yeah, but you know what? Even if there are people around the world who don't understand the draw, just switch it off. Switch it off, because the World Cup doesn't happen till June anyway. They'll have forgot it by tomorrow. I appreciate them explaining the draw works because I never heard of football before. Can they explain what a goal is, says Dance? Oh, yeah, they're probably doing that in a minute. Got an ice hockey player now. Total Alfie, welcome to the members club. Why? You know what? If this was the World Cup draw in France, would they get a netball? We've got a baseball player now. This is a problem. Why are you getting people from different sports to come along? That's a red flag straight away. Why? Why do you need baseball and ice hockey? Soccer in America is one of the biggest growing sports. They don't need other popular sports to do it. They don't. Now we've got a basketball player. What a surprise. Lacrosse next. You don't need basketball, ice hockey and baseball to sell soccer in America. Trust me, he's massive. Fucking hell. Yeah, okay, you can come in. I mean, you're not stopping him, are you? Absolute monster. Shack attack. I'll tell you what, it'd be a shit attack. Imagine if I was gobbing off on him and he came in here. I'd be like, it would be a shit attack from me and a shack attack from him because I'd shit myself. American football, Tom Brady. At least he knows about football. He's bought a club. Tim says this is worse than the last Vegas Grand Prix intro. And Give Me Funny says never forget Southgate wears a helmet in a peloton. I'm all for inclusivity and spreading football, and I live in America, but maybe don't give World Cup to everyone asking for it, says Shahin. They'll probably, but you know the trouble is, I mean, I'm not even American, but I don't think this does you any favours. I know loads of American Man United fans. I know loads of Americans on here who know what football is. They get up at stupid o'clock. They love the game and they know what it's all about. This is a piss take. This is like you're pandering to such a minute percentage by doing this. And absolutely, football, 99% of people know what football is. And they're watching it because they know what football is. But we're pandering for an hour and a half. You don't need new converters in December. The draw is for the purist. You're not going to convert people in December for a tournament that's in June. So it's taking the piss. The Glazers will be on next, says Rudolph. The next one is the bull riding state champion of Texas, says Stephen. Either or Rio Ferdinand or Harry Maguire. As footballers, Zuta, it'd have to be Rio. All this fluff, you'd think it's the Super Bowl, says Sam. And here comes the real football, says Doc. Honestly, this is the funniest content I've seen in a while, says Sean. They're probably going to explain the offside rule to the Glazers again, seeing as they didn't know what it was 5 years ago, says Shane. Thank you very much. Huge respect to all those footy supporters, says Tom McBride. Like the Monty Python scene, get on with it, says Matthew. And if you think this is bad, the Winter Olympics commercials in the US are just as embarrassing, says Oliver Hunt. Look, I get that there has to be a... there's some sort of comedy going on now. I get that there has to be an education piece. It's a big tournament. They want to make a lot of money. But I've been watching World Cup draws for, many years. And this is just a joke. An absolute joke. Right, we've got a pot now. Pot one. Here we go. It's for Fabrizio Romano time. They're explaining it to the American journalists and media that never watch it. Well, give them a fucking... They can stay behind at the end of the class. Let the real people do it. All right, they're going through all the teams now. Just showing some goals. Hopefully this won't go on for that long. Spain. Argentina. France. Got to do this for every bloody team as well. That's going to add another 10 minutes. England. I mean, this is the boring bit as well because you're just putting them into pots, aren't you? Although we have done 3 already. Nick says, going to come back for the Bundesliga. He needs a poo first. There's a few things I wanted to do before that. See you all later, Nick P. See you in a bit, mate. Brazil. Belgium. Germany. We're back in the studio. Come on. Come on then. Let's be having ya. That reminds me, just while they're doing that, I'm going to put the oven on. Multitask. Here we are. Here we are. We're back again. We're ready to go. Oh, it's so exciting. What's been going on? Imagine this. Imagine if this was the start of the draw. You just turn it on and here it is. Are they having a Jake Paul versus Beetlejuice fight at half time? Says Gav. I mean, you know what? We need to prepare ourselves for this World Cup. It's way too big. There's going to be a load of shit games, and every game's going to take about half an hour longer than it should do. This is nothing. This is just a warm-up to what we're going to get. Imagine if they did this every FA Cup round, Simon. This is just a testament to American intelligence, specifically the lack of it and need for elementary well, no, I disagree, Swag. I really do. I don't think the American audience need this level of explanation. I really don't. Anyway, Tom Brady. Look, it actually is starting now. I'm actually getting excited. Brazil are out. They're not been knocked out. They're out. They're out of the balls, and they're going into. Ancelotti's like Ancelotti's sat there with a miserable face, going, "Literally, I'm an old man. I haven't got that long left. I'm never going to get this 90 minutes back." They're going into Pot C, Group C for Brazil. Is Tom Brady just doing Pot 1 then? Must be. Germany. Scott says Ancelotti's not old. Well, it depends what your classification of old is. I mean, people say I'm old and I'm in mid-40s. What do they think Ancelotti is then? Ancelotti's 66. Oh, he's not old. He's younger than I thought. 66. I thought he was about 72. Germany have gone into Group E. Merry Christmas, says Vicky. Merry Christmas, Vicky. Thanks for your super chat. Does feel very Christmassy now, doesn't it? Didn't think we were going to get this draw done before New Year, but Merry Christmas. Netherlands are going to go into Group F. USA. So we've got Netherlands in Group F. It only gets interesting when they start doing the next pot, really. Just wait till FIFA stops games to put commercials in, says Tuj. Well, I was in America a couple of weeks ago, and apparently what they do is they split screen, don't they? They play adverts and keep the game going along. Knowing American sports, probably be ad breaks now in between each pots and a half-time performance, I bet, says Cormac. Just wait till FIFA. I've done that one. Thank you very much. Spain are out into group. Well, we'll tell you in a minute. Group A is Mexico. Group B is Canada. Group C is Brazil. Group D is USA. Group E is Germany. Group F is Netherlands. Group G is Belgium. And Group H is Spain. What this does mean is that the later that you are in the groups, the later you'll start the World Cup. So England aren't going to be playing in the first few days. Argentina. So if England are in Group L, we won't play for till about the 5th day or something like that. ZB says, I don't think people realise how hot it gets here in the US. Curious how players will deal with 40-degree heat. Not just the US, Mexico, Canada, let's not leave them out. Argentina into Group J, the holders. $13,000 watching, absolute legends. Thank you, everybody. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. France. To be honest, there won't be any logic to this draw anyway, because certain teams can't go into certain groups. They're trying to make it so that you don't get 2 countries from the same federation in it as well. So at times it might seem quite illogical. England are going to be in Group L, aren't they? Portugal are in K. We're going to be in Group L. We won't be playing then till about... If the World Cup starts on the 15th of June, we won't be playing... Well, I don't know when the World Cup starts, but we won't be playing till about game day 5. You don't need to open it up. We all know it's England, Tom. You can't open it up. He's got it now. England taking the L. Shaq looks like he wants to be anywhere else, says Jake. He probably doesn't know what's going on. He's massive, isn't he? Absolutely massive. Right, can we do pot 2 straight away, please? No, we're going to the marble guy. He's talking to Casillas now. So we're going to have a chat with a legend after every bloody one, aren't we? Then we've got to watch every team again. There we go. May as well get your bloody feet up. What's everyone doing for Christmas? Yeah. Well, Christmas lunchtime, I'm going down the pub. Come back, Christmas dinner. And I'm actually thinking of creating my own TV schedule. So I'm thinking like after dinner, 4 o'clock, Home Alone. 6 o'clock, Dump. Can of Lager, Polar Express. Then 8 o'clock, turkey sandwiches. And The Office Christmas Special Part 1. 9 o'clock, maybe another Dump. Put on a film, Love Actually. 11 o'clock, maybe a late night snack. 11:15, Father Ted Christmas. Sounds good to me. Right, we're back. Tom Brady is one of the few taking the draw seriously. The other ones are really cringe, says It's Me. Fun fact, Shaq is also a cop. He can't be. He'll have earned too much money. Here we go. It's moving quick now. It's moving quick. What movie is Dump? Vicar of Dibley. I've got a Christmas Eve one as well. Rio can't be arsed either. He's got the tax-free... He's tired from all the acting. Die Hard's on Christmas Eve. I'll post these all up. Rio's losing his head, apparently. Here's something weird. I'm a Liverpool fan, but my top watch channels were That's Football. Love from the Philippines. Mark, keep up the good work. Mate, official like, United, That's Football is the #1 Liverpool channel and the #1 Arsenal channel. Not by design, but when we do Liverpool watch-alongs, we're the biggest watch-along for Liverpool. And when we do Arsenal watch-alongs, we're the biggest watch-along for Arsenal. It's not intentional, but what I'm saying is, there's nothing wrong with watching That's Football if you're a Liverpool fan or whatever, because it's for everybody anyway. You can't beat a turkey sandwich on Christmas Day night. Sam says, Rio's about as charismatic as my nan's left foot. Yeah, but your granddad might like sucking on that, so it could be very charismatic. Your granddad died. No, he didn't. He might have done. I don't know. Shouldn't have sucked on a toe then. Loads of bloody bacteria there. Australia. In Australia. That's a good song. Right, this is where it gets interesting now, because we get teams going into pots. I don't know why they're doing this silly formation here. They're not putting them in the right areas. Oh, it's just a pattern. Don't worry. So, this will go weird now. We've got Croatia, Morocco, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Senegal, Iran, Korea, Ecuador, Austria, Australia. What's the group of death? Mate, there won't be a group of death in this World Cup. We've got 48 teams. If we get a group of death out of this, it's more the group of Jon Snow, because everyone's going to live. Like 48 teams and 32 go through. So that means top 2 go through and most third team places go through. Qatar World Cup, BN December was amazing vibes, says Total Alfie. So South Korea have gone into Mexico's group. That's a good draw for them. I'd watch Mexico, South Korea. I would. I think it'd be a good game. This draw in the performances has been embarrassing. As a Mexican-American, this doesn't represent our passion for the game. No, it doesn't. Mexicans, Canadians, Americans, they know football. If you want to appeal to new fans, don't do it in the World Cup draw. Do it over the next 6 months. Here's something I've done that one from Iron Mike. Favourite cheese, says Dale. Wensleydale. Switzerland are in Canada's group. Again, I'd probably watch Switzerland play Canada. I don't know what I'm glowing up here. This is pot 2 against pot 1. You'd bloody want to be watching pot 2 against pot 1. Mazraoui's Morocco. Brazil? Will they go into Brazil's group? Yeah. Morocco, Mazraoui in with Brazil. That'd be a good game. That'd be a good game. Japan are decent. I don't know why I've not mentioned Japan. Japan are decent. Who's next? Australia. Ooh, in with the United States. They hate each other. I was literally walking down the road in New York and most Americans were saying we hate Australia. We cannot stand them. No, they don't. That's completely made up. There's no rivalry there, as far as I know. USA and Australia. I think they'll both be happy with that. They'll both fancy each other. They'll both think we can beat each other. No Iran for the USA. Right, this is the Netherlands. No, it's Germany next. Ecuador. Don't know much about Ecuador. Caicedo. How are you going to eat and be back for 7:15? I think it's going to be 7:25, let's be honest. Caicedo and Hincapié. There are more Ecuadorian players than that. The Netherlands are going to get Iran. Japan. Japan are into the Netherlands. That'd be a good game. That'd be a good game. That'd be a good game. Japan, Netherlands. Just looking at who's left for England here. Croatia are probably considered the best. Austria are a good side. You'd want Iran, really, wouldn't you? This is Belgium's group. I'll tell you what, you're pulling out a difficult team if you're one of this lot. Iran, Belgium, you jammy get. I'm not watching Iran, Belgium. I can see that being a crap game with a Lukaku deflection in the 90th minute. 1-0. Well, look, for all the teams that are coming out, you're going to get Spain, France, Argentina, Portugal or England. So you're getting a tough draw if you're Senegal, Colombia, Uruguay, Croatia or Austria here. Whatever happens, you're getting a tough game. Uruguay in with Spain. Ooh, that'd be good. That'd be good. England will get Senegal. We've had Senegal before, haven't we? We can't get Iran. They're already out. France are going to get... Senegal. There we go. So England are going to get Austria, Colombia or Croatia. All of these could be... No, we can't get Austria. They won't give us Austria. They won't give us Austria. We won't get Austria because it's Europe, isn't it? And neither... Well, one of us has got to get Austria, Portugal or England, unless they've got to put Austria into the Argentina group, surely. And Croatia. There's 2 European clubs here. There will be 2 Europeans in groups, but they're trying to avoid it. So... surely Argentina have to have a European club. Austria, Argentina. That'd be a good game. So we're getting Croatia or Colombia. We've played them both in the World Cup in recent years. In fact, 2018, we knocked Colombia out on penalties and lost to Croatia in the semi-final. Who would I rather have? Colombia, just because I don't, Euros you can play Croatia, but you can't play Colombia. Oh, fucking hell. Portugal got Colombia, we've got Croatia. I don't think Croatia are very good. But didn't we play them in the qualifiers? Didn't we play them in the qualifiers? No, Serbia, wasn't it? Yeah. Croatia aren't what they were. No, they're not what they were. They're they're not the team they were. We can't get Norway now. So in the England group, you can't get another European club now because we've already got 2 in ours. You can only have 2 in your group. Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about Croatia. Right, Marvel guy, you need to move quicker now because we've only got 17 minutes until the end of the stream. So you need to move quicker. Friends is on at 7. Please do subscribe just while we're waiting for Pots 3. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. You're very welcome, as always. I've just lost my live chat for a moment, but I will be back. Right, we're ready now because they're whizzing. The thing is, they've spent an hour and 35 minutes pissing about over the Hill FC, and now they're rushing because they've got to get it done by 7 o'clock. And that's how the TV schedules work in the United States. You can't have an overlap. It can't roll over. It's not Gary Neville, right? So they've got to get this done by 7 o'clock. So they're rushing now. They've pissed around for an hour and 35 minutes, all laughing at crap acting, and now they're having to rush. Coming to Toronto for the England matches, says Jackson. How do you know we're playing in Toronto? They haven't done it yet, have they? Lots of people saying Norway are the dark horse for the tournament. We've got nearly 15,000 watching. Remember, I'm back at 7:30 with a Bundesliga watch-along if you want to tune in for that. Did you collect the ESO coins during the World Cup 90, says Michael? No, I wish I had. We were too busy doing Green Shield stamps. Who remembers them? My mum was filling the car up with petrol all the time to get these stamps because we might get a toaster in 2 years. We never did. Yeah, they basically just show a goal from every team. Irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant. 2 Group L matches will be in Toronto, says Matthew. Oh, right. I think we find all that out tomorrow night. Don't they release it tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, the World Cup fixtures? So we should start to know. There is a United Stand show at 8 o'clock, Jonathan, yet. Right, here we are. Is this the ice hockey guy? Well, we can't get Norway anyway. We can't get Scotland. So Ivory Coast would be interesting. I don't know what Paraguay are like now. South Africa are going in with Mexico and Korea by the looks of it. Yeah. So Group A is Mexico, South Africa and South Korea. Who do you think will be the dark horse, says Vicky? Well, according to the chat, it's going to be Norway. You can see the producer going, hurry up. We spent too much time with a load of shit songs from has-beens. Hurry it up. Qatar are going in with Canada and Switzerland. I tell you what, you'd be expecting to get out of that group. With all due respect to Qatar, that's a wide open group. Mexico and Canada. Well, let's see who the USA get, because if the USA get Uzbekistan, people are going to start saying this is a fix for the host nations, because you'd say Mexico have got a very good chance of getting out their group. You'd say Canada have got a decent chance of getting out their group. Now, Paraguay can't go in with Brazil. So do they go into pot D with the USA and Australia? That's what I'm thinking. Paraguay are South American. They can't be in another group with another South American club, and that's Brazil. Yeah, so Paraguay go into USA, Australia. I don't know how good Paraguay are now. Remember the goalkeeper they used to have? Was it Chevalier, the goalkeeper? Used to take the free kicks. I'm trying to think of famous Paraguayan footballers. They did have that goalkeeper, didn't they? Used to take free kicks. I feel like I'm missing somebody out. I want to say Zamorano, but that's Chile. Famous Paraguayan players. Almiron. Santa Cruz. Ivory Coast are going into Brazil's group. Ahmad and Mazraoui both playing Brazil. That's the Group C is the Man United group. You've got Casemiro, Cunha, Mazraoui, and Ahmad. Paraguay aren't that good, let's be honest, said someone there. Raphael, thank you very much. Welcome to the Members Club. Paraguay won't be that bad because there's some decent teams that are not in the World Cup from South America. Tunisia. No, Ivory Coast have gone in. Oh, Ivory Coast can't go in because they're African, of course, Morocco and Ivory Coast. So Ivory Coast have gone into Germany's group. Tunisia can't go in to Group C either because they're African. So they will go into the Netherlands group here. Sorry, I knew I'd make a mistake. So Netherlands have got Japan and Tunisia. Germany have got Ivory Coast and Ecuador. Brazil are still waiting for a club. They can take a European, but they can't take another African club, and that's Egypt and Mo Salah. So he's going to go into pot G with Belgium and Iran. Scotland could still go into the Brazil group because they're European, as could Norway. So Egypt are in there. England's Group L. Oh yeah, I've got England have got to get somebody. This ice hockey guy. Scotland are going to be in Brazil's group. They will be. Scotland in with Brazil. They'll love, the Scottish will love that. If I know the Scottish like I think I do. Scotland, Scooby-Doo, in with Brazil. They'll love that. You love that. You do. They know they're not going to win the tournament. So they want to go for a good time. And they're in with Brazil. That will have, the Scottish will love that. They'll absolutely love that. Brazil against Scotland. That's what it's all about. That's what all the work is for. Nightmare for Scotland. I think Scottish fans will be quite excited about that. When you're in Pot C, you're going to play some difficult teams. Saudi Arabia are going to go in with Spain and Uruguay. That they can go in there. Yeah, we've got space for you. That's fine. Drop yourself in there. He's been the manager at Saudi Arabia. He was good in the last World Cup, wasn't he? He beat Argentina. Right, what are England going to get? Still got 4. This is going to go past 7 o'clock, isn't it? I'm going to have to go and get the chips out the oven in a minute. I'm not joking. I'm actually not joking. You don't get this on Match of the Day. Algeria can't go into France's group, but they can go into Argentina's group. So Algeria will go in Group J with Argentina and Australia. All the A's in Group J. Yeah, you can't go in the Senegal group because you're both from Africa. There we go. Group J. We can pretty much determine that England will get Algeria, Panama, or Uzbekistan now. Sorry, Panama or Uzbekistan will be in England's group because we can't get Norway, so that's good. Uzbekistan, yeah, they can go into. I don't know. They might put them in our group. Probably put them in the French group, won't they? Tell you what, Norway, Portugal, Colombia, that's looking like a group of death. Why have they done that then? Why did Uzbekistan go into the Portugal group and not the France-Senegal group? France is Europe, Senegal is Africa, so they could have took Uzbekistan. So Norway are going in the France group now. I don't know why that had to happen there. Someone will explain that, but I don't know why Uzbekistan couldn't go in the French group. Uzbekistan's not Europe. They're not in the European. I don't know what confederation they are, but they're definitely not African and they're not Europe. Rigged for Ronaldo. There will be a reason. I'm not saying it won't be rigged. There'll be a reason why they couldn't put Uzbekistan into the France and Senegal group. But I don't know what it is. Panama can't be with Colombia. Yes, that was what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, so Norway couldn't. Yeah, Panama couldn't go in the Colombia group and we couldn't take Norway. So Uzbekistan had to. Yeah. It was pretty much determined, yeah. Thanks, everybody. I knew there'd be a reason. That's why we work on it together. Thank you. Right, I'm just going to go and take the... I'll be like 30 seconds because we've still got the final pot to do, but these chips are going to burn. I'm not joking. Oh, no. So they've got another 5 minutes. They've got another 5 minutes. That's Yaya Toure. He's been waiting 2 hours for that, and they haven't got time for him because they've got to wrap it up quick. 14,000 legends. We'll be starting Bundesliga bang on 7:30. Let's be honest. I've got to go and sort a couple of things out straight after this, but thank you, everybody. He was a great baller, Yaya Toure. He was. We've hit 5,200 likes, so we will be... I wasn't doing this, but we are doing an F1 watch-along on this channel on Sunday lunchtime now, set by you. That was the challenge, so we will be doing that. Tomorrow, all-day streaming. Arsenal, Villa at 12:30, 3 o'clock, and then Leeds, Liverpool. So we've got 3 watch-alongs tomorrow. And tonight we're doing the Bundesliga at 7:30 if you want to join us for that as well. If you're in England and Ireland, and, well, UK and Ireland, you can watch the actual footage with me in the top corner. Everywhere else, it will just be like watching it this. And please do subscribe to the channel. You've been fantastic. If you're new to That's Football, subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Everybody is welcome here, daily content, and we are moving towards 443,000 subscribers. So welcome to the newbies. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. So we're about to get the final. This is where it gets a little bit complicated because some of the people that are going to get drawn out are going to be called things like UEFA Playoff B. So I will read out what they are. UEFA Playoff A is Italy, Wales, Bosnia or Northern Ireland because they're all 4 playing a playoff in March. UEFA Playoff B is Ukraine, Poland, Albania. So I tell you what, when they come out, I'll tell you who it is. But when it says UEFA Playoff A, B, C, D, they represent the playoffs that are going to happen in March. So we'll sort of have to... You might pull out UEFA Playoff A and go, oh, it could be Bosnia, it could be Northern Ireland, it could be Italy. So, yeah. But some of them are going to be decent. Like UEFA Playoff D is Denmark, potentially, or Ireland, potentially. So it's strange because some of those UEFA Playoff teams are going to be stronger than Pot C teams. For example, Italy would be better than Qatar. So we're all right. England are fine because we can't pull out any of them. We can't pull out another European team. However, if you look at some of those groups, who could have another European team? So who's got the hardest group at the moment? Like Brazil could have another European team because they've got Brazil, Morocco, Scotland. They could have Denmark in there as well, or Ireland in there, or Italy in there. Germany, quite a Netherlands group, Netherlands, Japan. I'm trying to see what's the hardest group at the moment. France's group's interesting, but they can't have another European team. There's quite a spread, really, isn't there? Anyway, let's move. The draw is coming through here. Okay, so UEFA Group D has just come out, which is Denmark, Czech Republic, Republic of Ireland, and North Macedonia. And they're going to go in with Mexico. So if Ireland get through or Denmark get through, they will be playing in the Mexican, South African, and South Korea group. So look, for the Irish, if you got through, you'd fancy it, wouldn't you? You'd fancy your chances. Whoever comes through that, you'd fancy your chances in that group. Next one out is another group of... This is the one. This is Italy's group. Italy, Northern Ireland, Wales, and Bosnia. So Northern Irish, Welsh, if you get there, you will go into Canada's group. And again, you'd fancy it. Canada, Qatar, Switzerland. You'd fancy that. You'd fancy that. You would though, wouldn't you? You'd fancy that. So there you go. Ireland, Wales, Northern Ireland. If you can do it in March, you've got some good groups there. That could be Italy though. That could be Canada, Italy, Qatar, Switzerland. That'd be a good group for Italy as well. Did you see France's group, Mark? Senegal, Norway. Yeah. Right, Haiti are out. Literally, they're getting knocked out because they're going into Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland's group. Nice to see you. How good are Haiti? I don't know. Yeah. If you're going to go to the World Cup and get battered, you'd want to play... Is that Wayne Gretzky? Oh, I used to love playing ice hockey on the Mega Drive. He was a good player. Him and Mario Lemieux. Curacao, they're coming out. Can they go into USA, Paraguay and Australia's? My geography's crap here. I don't know whether they can go in that group. I don't know what federation Curacao are from. No, they can't do it. They're going into Group E. They're going to play with Ecuador, Ivory Coast and Germany. Geography lesson there. Wayne Gretzky's going fast because they're telling him to get this done. It's 7 o'clock. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cringe have the Yanks made this draw, says Adrian. Well, it's FIFA, isn't it, mate? I think it's a shame that we've had a 2-hour show and they've had to rush the draw in 20 minutes. Iraq, Bolivia or Suriname. Well, they can't go in the USA group, can they? Because Bolivia is South American. So they've got to go in with the Netherlands. It's a geography lesson. I like this. It's making us think at 7 o'clock on a Friday night. No, they've put them in with France. Oh, I'm confused now. Iraq, Suriname and Bolivia can't go in with Tunisia, Japan and the Netherlands. Is Suriname African? Is that what it is? Oh, no. Iraq and Japan are Asia. Thank you, mate. Suriname is in South America. Oh, my God. Geography bridge is getting roasted here. I didn't do geography at GCSE. I'm good on capitals. Capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D. We've just had somebody else come out. Cape Verde. No, sorry. Yeah, they've gone in with Spain, Saudi and Uruguay. It's hard to know what England are going to get here. We can't get any of the Europeans. We're probably going to get New Zealand or Ghana here, aren't we, or Jordan? Turkey, Romania, Slovakia or Kosovo. They can go in the USA group. Thank you very much. So Turkey, Romania, Slovakia or Kosovo, playoff in March. They're going to be in with the United States, Paraguay and Australia. Unless I've got this completely wrong. What about your chips? Shit. You're a bunch of legends. You are. Thanks. Tell you what, you lot are Gordon Ramsay FC because those chips are just on the turn. They were just on the turn. They were slightly, probably 2 minutes beyond what I would like, but they were another 2 minutes and they're getting crispy and I don't like them like that. Mrs. Stone says, I reckon the dark horses are Austria. Let's go Iraq, even though we play like Man United, says Yusuf. Jordan are coming out. Katie Price FC, where are they going? I couldn't tell you where they're going now. They can't go in with Iran. They could go in with Argentina, yes. Argentina, Algeria, Australia and Jordan. I would say Austria and Argentina are fine in that group. I'd say Algeria might get through as well. So we can have Ghana and we could have New Zealand here. Or we could have any of them. Jamaica or Congo or New Caledonia. They can go in Belgium's group, can't they? You've got Africa, Asia, Belgium. Yeah, they can go in there. No. Oh, I'm confused. They've gone in the Portugal group again. I think basically it sort of like goes, what's good for Ronaldo? No, I know it's not rigged really. Portugal's group, they're through. They're through. I'd rather have Ghana than New Zealand. Well, we will get Ghana because Belgium can't have we've got Ghana. We've definitely got Ghana. We've definitely got Ghana because they can't go in with the Group G because they've already got Egypt. So we'll definitely get Ghana and they'll get New Zealand. England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. Ghana, who aren't even in the AFCON, are they? They didn't even qualify for the AFCON. I don't know how that happens. You qualify for the World Cup, which is really difficult, but you don't qualify for the AFCON. So New Zealand will complete the World Cup draw with Belgium, Egypt and Iran. Scotland have got Brazil. England have got Croatia, Ghana and Panama. All the fixtures will be announced tomorrow. Argentina's group's easy. Algeria, Austria and... Mate, I said this before. Look at some of those groups. You can basically pick your reserves. I think some managers will do it. Like, you don't need to pick your strong team in the group. You know, there's a lot of games. You're playing 2 extra games in this World Cup. I think you can conserve your energy. I really do. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm going to go and eat, but I will be back with you in 20 minutes for a Bundesliga watch-along. And we've got United Stand at 8 o'clock. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a long journey. It's been 2 hours and 7 minutes. Take care. I'll speak to you in a bit.